not to feed their appetite. Long, sharp knives to cut you right down to size. Now close your eyes so the night can come alive. In the night there are bad things you cannot understand. In abomination the devil commands. And our shadows look strange things. No one knows what the night brings. Blinding like heaven. No one knows what the night brings. Slow creeping death from the depths of the dead and possessed. Call to you to carve upon your flesh. Punishment, torturing and violence. Bleed you try in this nocturnal sacrament. In the night there are bad things you cannot understand. In abomination the devil commands. And our shadows look strange things. No one knows what the night brings. Blinding like heaven. No one knows what the night brings. I am the one that sits at the foot of your bed when you think you're alone at night, to make sure you're tucked in oh so tight. Now don't be scared, I only want to bite. And our shadows look strange things. No one knows what the night brings. Blinding like heaven. No one knows what the night brings. And our shadows look strange things. No one knows what the night brings. Blinding like heaven. No one knows what the night brings. What the night brings. What the night brings.
What up?
though?
Another Wednesday night. You know what time it is?
Oh yeah.
Time for Choke Slam. Tonight we are going to be reviewing Halloween Havoc 1997. Did you get a chance to watch that?
I did watch it, man. It was fun. I hadn't watched that several years.
Yeah, I was just commenting the other day that I haven't, actually watched it since probably 97.
I've watched it a few times over the years, but you know what I remember or realized is that there were some of the matches that I remember the match, but I didn't mentally associate it with that pay-per-view. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's where this one is from.
I just know watching it, it was just so different seeing some of the people young, like, Yuji Nagata, Jericho.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jericho. It definitely I remember the Y2J, like the countdown clock and all that shit when he finally came after his contract had run out. But yeah, I liked Jericho back in those days with the Lion Tamer.
Yep, the Lion Tamer, and again the inverted moonsault.
Oh yeah. Well, man, you want to jump right into it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we should
I'm gonna share
throw
the
the link in the chat see if anybody wants to come on. Oh, we usually start with AEW, so we should probably cover that, and then we'll move on to the pay-per-view.
Did you watch AEW tonight?
No, I didn't.
I did. It was pretty good. Um, they're basically just gearing up for the pay-per-view Saturday.
What is their November pay-per-view called?
Top Gear.
So which match on the card this week are you looking forward to?
Hangman Adam Page and Omega for the championship.
And
I really hate Omega.
yeah,
He's had the belt for way too long now, and also, Britt Baker and Tay Conti is another match that I don't think Baker's going to lose the belt, but Full Gear, sorry. That's what it's called, Full Gear.
is it a reference to anything, or it's just
No,
a name?
just the name of it. Our wayward person that was supposed to be on said he'll be on in a little bit.
We'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a stacked card for this Saturday, though. They got a 5-man tag. Then, it'd be a 10-man tag. They also have Darby Allin, MJF, Eddie Kingston, and CM Punk.
And I used to watch Eddie Kingston matches back in like 2004 when the first time I saw CM Punk was back in IWA Mid-South, back when it was run by Ian Rotten. He used to put Eddie Kingston on pretty much all of their shows.
Oh, Heel Grappler said this is where the marks come and pretend they know shit about wrestling.
That's right.
That's right. Feel free to come on and share your vast knowledge of wrestling.
Oh shit. Oops.
What are you doing, crashing there?
Yeah, I dropped something. Yeah, man. We're definitely the marks talking about wrestling, so you want to move on to the pay-per-view?
Yes. Yep.
All right.
We'll move on to it and, fail at the production of this and everything, just for everybody's entertainment.
Well, do you want to look up a picture and I'll ramble a second? So the first, I don't know if you watched the previous episode, but I talked about how I'm a big mark for Ultimo Dragon. And he was in the opening match for Halloween Havoc 1997. And if you know, if you remember like what was going on at that time, you'd know that Ultimo Dragon had like an arm injury, so that the guy was going after it, the whole time, and then Ultimo Dragon about had it won, but then lost because of the injury. Great way to get heat on the heel while still maintaining your baby face looking strong.
Yeah, I mean, he did well. He had his injury at the time. He had bone spurs on his elbow.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't going to even make the match. Ended up, I mean, it was still a very good match. I just got done watching it actually again. At the end of the match, that was when Sonny Ono came out and kicked him in the elbow, which after that led to a good 6 months of him having an injured arm in every match that he wrestled in. I mean, Yuji Nagata, he was great then. He's still good now. He just, I think it was about 6 weeks ago, had a match against John Moxley in AEW, and still put on a hell of a show.
How old is he at this point?
52, I believe.
So he's doing good if he could still go at 52.
Yeah, I mean, in a decent match. It wasn't, a squash match or nothing.
Well, I guess we ran out of things to say about Ultimo Dragon, so
Well, hey, you're the mark. You're the mark for him. I mean,
yep. I don't know. I always liked his matches. I liked his moveset. His costume was a little silly, but that's the style. So
yeah, luchadors, costumes always are.
yeah. Well, anyway, the second match, obviously, I can't even think of who it was, but it was Chris Jericho and
Guido.
Yeah. So it wasn't exactly a squash match, but pretty one-sided.
Yeah, it really was one-sided. Jericho pretty much dominated the whole match. Guido had a couple little flurries. Nothing great. Jericho finished with the Lion Tamer. Back when it was actually, it looked painful. When he went from calling it the Lion Tamer to the fucking Walls of Jericho.
Yeah.
It basically, it was a Boston Crab.
Yeah. But he made it look good, though, man. He really was good at selling it. Like, one thing about that move, I think it was that even though Jericho is small, like, he was always able to sell it like he was bigger. So I know that Scientist was having trouble with his headset connecting, so I'm assuming that's why we're on radio silence at this point.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, technical difficulties.
Anything else on the Jericho?
No, I mean it wasn't that great of a match.
I don't know. It's too one-sided to be a really good match, I think.
I think it just filled time on the card, to be honest.
Yeah. Man, speaking of something that was filling time on the card, that fucking promo that came after that match was fucking horrendous. Steve, what was his name? Steve McMichael?
Steve McMichael, Mongo.
And Queen Deborah fucking arguing with each other. Who gives a fuck? Let's see. Next match. The next match is fucking Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, right?
The most epic match, in my opinion, on the entire pay-per-view was their match.
And when the first thing I thought of when I was watching them come out is like, Jesus, like this was the peak of Eddie Guerrero being fucking jacked.
No, I wouldn't go with the peak. He did get a little bit bigger.
He wasn't much bigger than he was in this match. He was pretty ripped at this point. At this point, where you saw him like slim back down after this, like with more like realistic size for himself.
And really, this was right when Rey Mysterio was actually starting to get popular and good.
Yeah.
And it was for his mask or the belt.
Yep. And I think this match really went a long way in terms of his total overall popularity of Mysterio.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, it was such a high flying action match. It was
I met the tearing, of the eye part,
Yep.
and so the two of them really were good at working together.
Yeah, they sold each other's moves very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ask anybody about Halloween Havoc '97, that is the one match that they actually, every single person remembers.
Yep. Man, I still got to pull up the chat here. I'm not even looking to see if anybody's making fun of us or not. So what do you got over there?
No, nobody yet. JR Filthy said he was the best luchador without a mask.
Yeah. There's so many good guys that came over, with the help of what's his name, Conan.
Yep.
And then they all had careers for years. A lot of them went back to do more Mexican wrestling, or more wrestling in Mexico is what I meant to say. But uh, because they're such bigger stars over there compared to here. But
Yeah,
either way,
without a doubt. I mean, everything, and they played the match so well with the back and forth. I mean, there's point in time, one of the things that always stands out is when Eddie Guerrero threw Rey Mysterio into the corner. He linked his foot, so he's hanging upside down in the corner. Eddie comes up to give him a baseball slide. Rey sits up in the corner, and Eddie slides on through and racks himself on the ring post.
mm-hmm. They're so good at little fast things like that.
Yeah.
Get such a good pop from the audience. And so how about the ending of the match? Like Mysterio comes with the reversal off the top rope into the pin.
Yeah, I mean, just a roll up, pin. Nothing huge. I mean, especially considered all the moves that they pulled off the entire match for it to end with, a cheap reversal.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people said it was, oh, it was a lame ending, but so I thought it was kind of like a fitting ending because that's what if this everything is real, you're going for the win all the time, right? Like one of the first people to really do stuff like that was Jake the Snake.
Yep.
He'd go for the pin at the beginning of the match, nobody fucking even, you go to the old days, nobody even goes for the pin until it's almost time, maybe you sell a couple 2 counts, just to kind of milk it a little bit. Nobody even went for the pin until it was time.
Yeah, no, yeah, not like, now. I've seen people do the first move and get a quick 1 count and, say, oh, that was 3.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I get bored with the same, interaction, the back and forth. No one's figured out how to do anything new this whole time. Or it's the ref's 1, 2, and then they get their shoulder up, and the guy's come on, and he claps his hands together. It should have been 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the best we got. It's literally the same fucking back and forth between the wrestler and the referee that they were doing 58 years ago.
Yeah, exactly the same. Like I said, they'll do 1 or 2 moves and go for a quick 1 and do the exact same thing. Come on, that was 3. No, that was 30 seconds into the match.
Well, up next we got a real boring match.
It was
Steve McMichael and Alex Wright.
Alex Wright was with Queen
Deborah.
of WCW, Queen Deborah, which at the time was McMichael's wife,
Mm-hmm.
Mongo, which was it was such a boring match. No, I mean, these two don't have the greatest of moves anyway.
Yeah.
And and it come down to it, Deborah come up onto the ring, distracted the ref. Goldberg came down.
Yeah, the only part that anybody remembers is Goldberg coming out.
Yep. He got paid with the Super Bowl ring from Deborah.
Yep.
And that was really, I mean, the funniest thing about it was when Goldberg went over and just picked up Alex Wright, carried him across the fucking ring, and threw him on top of McMichaels.
Yeah. Well, then after the match is over, the bell rings. So then Goldberg takes out Alex.
Yeah. JR Filthy said the fight for her panties. Man, that's pretty much exactly what that match was.
You ever seen that viral video of the dude chasing the other dude with the knife?
I don't
And the
believe
guy,
so.
they run off camera because it's a security camera feed you're watching, and they just come. One guy just comes full sprint, from the around the building into view, and then 10 steps behind him is another guy in full sprint with the big knife, and they run across the screen out of view, and then a few seconds later you see the first guy come back into view and try to go into a store, but the people won't let him open the door, and then he collapses right there, and then the video ends. But what actually happened was that guy just got stabbed off camera, and then the guy that stabbed him right after the video cuts off comes back into frame and stabs him another 20 times. And that one of them went to the graveyard, the other one went to prison. But the dispute was started because the guy being chased was murdered because he was fucking the guy with the knife's wife.
Oh.
It's a long way to get to a short similarity between this match and.
Hey, I mean, doesn't matter the road. We finally get to the destination, I guess.
Yeah. Well, speaking of things that nobody cares about, Disco Inferno was in the next match against a woman.
Jacqueline.
Yep.
Yes, that was the dumbest. I would honestly say the dumbest match I've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, it was like the Invisible Man, but with a girl.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he didn't want to hit her. Didn't hit her. It was they promoted the shit out of this.
Mm-hmm.
They even did a whole promo during the pay-per-view where she run up on him and made a big deal, jumped over the table to try and get him. And he said, oh, she'll never beat me. That he just can't hit her, but he has no problem being able to pin her, and pretty much she chased him around until she finally caught him. Actually did some good moves, pulled him against the ring post. In all fairness, she has, but yeah, at that time, she definitely. Another one, he was trying to get away. She gave, DDT, pulled, rolled him up in a small package, got the win.
Yep. I don't know. Like you said, it was really just so stupid because, like, if one of the people isn't going to do anything, like, how much entertainment value is there in this match? It needs to be on the big pay-per-view. The one that's like mid-card, it's not even the first match.
Yeah, it's not even an opener. Just, it wasn't even.
I don't know. I guess like they're just trying to get the controversy of the man versus a woman match, I guess, but I don't know, it's pretty weak. Could have done a lot more with that particular angle if they wanted to.
Yeah, they could have done anything with it at that point. I mean, if they needed a mid-card filler, there was so many other matches they could have chose.
Well, and so many other people they could have put on there too. It's not like WCW was lacking for people.
Yeah, at that point in time, the card was just. I mean, the roster was stacked.
Yeah. Well, speaking of stacked and the complete opposite of that shitty match we just talked about, next match is Ric Flair versus Mr. Perfect.
Yep.
Man. Like two guys who are just like masters of the game.
Well, at this time, they also had the big feud. Mr. Perfect had just joined the NWO, stole Flair's robe.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
He came out in it, right?
Yep.
In the entrance.
Ric Flair came out, and I mean, didn't even wait for his entrance music or nothing. Came running out, tried to get in the ring, got a couple knees. Typical, Mr. Perfect, Ric Flair at the time.
Mm-hmm. It's like the kind of what they do now, where like it's just move list matches, but like this was move list match done by two people who know how to sell it.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, best sellers in the game.
Well, I thought we'd have more to say. Anybody in the chat have comments on the Ric Flair Kurt Hennig match?
Helicopter Mr. Perfect in the face. Yeah, that is true. They did have, I mean, the feud did carry over from WWF too. So, nope, nobody else has anything. Yes. When Flair does the 5 steps and falls on his face, I still laugh every time. What up, though?
What up, though? I'm actually watching the fucking Ric Flair Mr. Perfect match right now as we speak, bro. They're beating the fuck out of each other.
Yeah,
like,
they
chops and fucking just like absolutely going insane, dude. I mean, what a better, what could be a better matchup than Perfect and Flair on this card? I mean, I don't see anything else that's like as far as wrestling goes. Yeah, I mean, this is the best wrestling match on the card.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I don't know. The Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero was really good.
That's true.
Also, there's another like good match coming up too.
Yeah, I mean, let's the set, like the Halloween Havoc set, man, I think is one of the greatest of all time. Like just like the whole way the ring's set up, and
Who went out into the? I hope I'm not ruining something here, but who went out into the graveyard thing during the match?
during this match, Flair and Hennig.
I don't remember if it was during this match or which match it was during, but somebody went out into the graveyard and like they're like threw the guy through one of the tombstones and then he like hit him with one.
I really don't
that's
know
coming
the answer
up.
to that question.
Oh, that's coming up. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, well, save that comment for a minute.
Well, and do you notice while you're watching it, since you're watching it right now, I'll tell you something you might not actually know. You see how small the ring is
Yeah,
compared, especially compared to WWF at the time, and even, WWF and AEW now. The ring is quite a bit larger. The reason the ring is so small is because Hulk Hogan had complete control of everything of WCW at that time.
right.
He's the one who decided who won the matches, who lost. The ring was smaller because one, he was getting to the point where he couldn't use a larger ring like he used to.
Right.
And for two, the smaller ring made him look enormous.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. What? Because it made him look fucking like a giant.
Yep.
Yeah, I noticed that this ring is fucking small, man.
Yep.
I
And
wonder
if
what the dimensions of the ring is.
on that one there, I think I don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was 15 by 15.
Right.
And what was WWE was using? What 21 feet at the time or 20?
20 by 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's significantly smaller. It almost looks like the size of like a boxing ring.
Well, especially when they do like the across the ring stuff, like from one corner to the other.
Yep.
Whether it's usually done typically sideways as opposed to diagonal, but
This is for the United States Championship.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess we should have mentioned things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hennig just hit Flair with the championship, I believe. They're like fighting out in the crowd right now, sort of.
Yeah.
Like in the entrance ramp.
Yep.
Hennig just got thrown back into the ring. But I mean, like even the ring itself, like it says Halloween Havoc. I can't tell if it says WCW or not, but the ring, the ring post is Slim Jimmed out. Slim Jim all over the ring. It's a big deal,
Yeah, that was during the time of, the whole fucking Macho Man snapping to a Slim Jim.
Ooh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, what bugged me is that there's like a few times where they called it like the Slim Jim Halloween Havoc or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they would call it Slim Jim's brought to you by Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc, 1997. I like that fucking skull, the yellow skull with that says WCW in it. It's pretty shitty, like these days, like how NXT or WWE try to reinvent Halloween Havoc in NXT, and it's just horrible.
I mean, they own it all, so just like when, dude, like that's nothing compared to how bad Fake Diesel was.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, right. Fake Diesel and Fake Razor, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Who played them?
Kane and
no, Kane played Fake Diesel.
Who was Scott? Oh, god damn it! I can't even think of who it was. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows, but
Dude, did you know that fucking Kevin Nash was the Super Shredder in Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
No,
Secret
I
of the
didn't
Ooze?
know that, honestly.
I
Yeah,
did
he
know that.
is. He was. Look, could you Google it real fast, scientist, and bring up a picture of Nash as the Super Shredder?
That sounds like something you should buy off of a like infomercial. The Super Shredder.
Yeah, right.
And you're gonna have to look this shit up faster. I only got so many dad jokes to just throw in here.
Go fuck yourself. How's that for a dad joke?
Crazy. See, I didn't know that until like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But he was the Super Shredder.
So I listened to this podcast about wrestling action figures, and they have a saying that they use where they say, "I was this old when I learned this," and so like I'd say like I was today old when I learned
Right.
that Kevin Nash was in that movie.
Right.
Or it's
I was
like you
today
could
years
say like
old.
I was, you know,
Yeah.
20 years old when I learned.
I was today years old when I found out that Kevin
Yep.
Nash was the Super Shredder. But yeah, the Ric Flair Kurt Hennig match ended by disqualification. It was like 13-minute match. You know, but how could you end that match in any other way? You know what I mean? Those are
Well,
two top guys.
especially with those two. I mean, they were both, the biggest cheats in the business.
Yeah.
Right.
It's such an underrated gimmick. Like I don't understand why people don't fucking do that kind of shit more nowadays. Like the chicken shit heel. That's the fucking gimmick to make money with.
The only one there is MJF.
Yep.
What's his name? Michael J. Fox?
MJF. Michael Jacob Freeman. Or Maxwell Jacob Freeman. Yeah, Maxwell Jacob Freeman. My jerk off friend.
Yeah. No, he's actually a really dope wrestler too, man.
He is. He's really, really good. His character could not be any better. I mean,
right.
He plays the perfect heel, and you really do love to hate him.
Dude, like he kind of reminds me of Ric Flair, like in some ways. I don't know
without a doubt.
Saying that.
No, without a doubt.
But he does remind me of Flair, man. Like there's a few people like now, especially like in AEW, that remind me of certain people from the past. Like I'm not going to say Malachi Black reminds me of the fucking Undertaker, but you know what I mean? I feel like there's a very special character right there that's developing.
Yes. I would honestly say that the MJF is Ric Flair and a little bit of Scott Steiner all mixed up,
I think you'd have bigger stars today if you could say, hey,
that's a great story.
What? Anyway, Eric Bischoff's on the TV right now getting interviewed by Mean Gene, or no, he's not getting interviewed. I guess whoever the like general manager was or whatever at that time is talking with Mean Gene.
Larry Zbyszko.
I think it's Larry Zbyszko. No, it doesn't look like him. It's some other fucking big glasses having guy with like a parted fucking, I don't know. But yeah, he's being interviewed right now. It looks like he's saying something about Sting. He's a man of his word.
Yeah, that he's not going to come down out of the rafters during the Hogan Piper match. And
right. Dude, Bischoff looks so young right there, man.
Stupid young.
He looks like he's probably like 30 years old. Not even.
J.J. Dillon.
Yeah, J.J. Dillon.
Thanks, Midian.
Yeah, thank you. It only said it right on the fucking TV, and
Hey, we're not smart.
All right.
Yeah, you guys know this.
So I had a serious malfunction there that I got fixed. So
I
what I
doubt
was
that.
trying to say was, yeah, well, you're not wrong. So what I was trying to say is, I think you'd have a lot more bigger stars today if you could say this person reminds me of that person. This person reminds me of this person and that person. You know,
Right.
because like who like fucking built the business into like the peak of where it was. Like look at how popular it is now. Like significantly less viewership.
Right.
You know, and
Dude,
so
you know what? Spooky, you're right. But you know what I think also needs to happen? I think Tony Khan of AEW needs to come out from gorilla position and be an on-air personality, and maybe not like copy McMahon, but be like, that fucking be a fucking mean ass boss or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Make the people hate you, not fucking love you. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like AEW needs
well,
that.
sometimes you have to give the people what they want, and if the people want you to be a good guy, like sometimes that's your role for now. You know.
Yeah.
Where it's like I feel like if you're referencing the Attitude Era, like people
Kind of.
wanted to like hate Vince McMahon because
Right.
mostly because of how much they love Stone Cold, but like he made himself easily hateable. Like everybody's jealous of the fucking self-made billionaire. I want to
think
be a
eventually
billionaire.
that'll come. Right. I think eventually that'll come. The company's still 2 years old, barely.
Yeah, I mean, like people want a hero. Like what his audience is, the frustrated fans. Like the people who want wrestling to be good because they like watching wrestling, and WWE just keeps producing crap on top of crap, and then like they want like this is the hero. This is our chance to make wrestling great again.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. I had something to follow that up, but I forgot.
Yeah,
Well,
I wasn't even
I keep-
listening, so I can't follow up.
Yeah, that's fine. I keep giving WWE money or I guess I give it to Peacock now, but
Peacock, yeah.
I still pay every month because I want that fucking library.
Right.
Same.
Which to me is worth everything. Like that's
Oh, absolutely.
if WWE's legacy is just the fact that they have like the world's greatest library of wrestling, like that's good enough for me.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's good enough for me too. That's why I still have Peacock. I mean, the day that the network launched, I had that shit.
Yeah, I switched over right away because they canceled my other one.
Could that because its cock is in the title?
Well, I mean, obviously I knew about it ahead of time, but
that has something to do with it.
Right.
So, anyways, you guys want to move on to the Scott Hall versus Lex Luger match with Larry Zbyszko as the special guest referee?
No,
I'm about to watch it live right now.
I figured we'd go back to something else.
How
that's cool.
How attractive do you find Larry Zbyszko?
Not at all.
I thought you seem pretty excited with Larry Zbyszko.
Larry Zbyszko. Yeah.
Old Lawrence Whistler. That was his real name.
Yeah, I honestly had no idea what his real name was.
Yep.
Lawrence Whistler.
Yep.
That's a cool last name. I wish my last name was Whistler.
Right, instead of Tuesday.
Yeah. Like Tuesday would be a cooler name if I lived in a different country.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, Lex Luger, Scott Hall.
You think I could convert to Dookie Whistler and anybody would notice?
I mean, I think somebody would eventually notice.
Oh, damn it.
I'd give it a shot though. Dookie Whistler has a great fucking ring to it.
Yeah.
Scott Hall just took the toothpick and flicked it in Zbyszko's eye. I love that.
The Lex Express sucks,
bro.
Yeah.
He killed fucking Miss Elizabeth.
I believe that too.
You ever walk around and just do like the Scott Hall walk, like stick your arms straight out to the side and walk sideways?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I have, but I'm fat, and sometimes that's what I got to do to make it down a hallway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But instead of just shuffling sideways down the hallway like you do the Scott Hall, like when you.
Yep.
Scott Hall kind of looks like he's on drugs right here.
Well, I mean,
Drinking.
kind of
or
well
something like
documented.
that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know, but like you could
I mean,
like
without a
really
doubt.
see it in his face right here. Well, Lex Luger, I mean, this was probably like him in his like prime. You know what I mean? He
I
never
got to
really
see if
did-
there's like a good Scott Hall shoot interview during the time that he was still fucked up. Because that's
Oh,
when
I'm
he
sure
would have
there
told
is.
the best stories.
Yeah.
Like after, I don't know if you watch a lot of shoot interviews, but
I do.
after the fucking people get sober and shit, like their stories get real fucking boring. Like anytime they were mad about something or something weird happened in the locker room, they won't tell any of those stories after.
Right.
They only drop that knowledge when they're fucking half
When they're
drunk.
fucked up.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, man.
The
Angel
best
Fire,
ones are when like the guy's drinking during that interview. That's when it's going to be good.
angelfire.com.
We're doing cocaine like New Jack.
Yeah.
You seen that one interview with Jack, and he had like
I've seen
all kinds of
everyone that exists on the
cocaine.
internet.
Right. Well, there's this
Yeah.
one where he just has like white blasted all over his nose and shit. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, New Jack's
But,
quite a character. It's so crazy to me when I think about like New Jack that fucking Jim Cornette is the one who brought him in
Yeah,
and
right.
made him famous. I mean, people would argue ECW made him famous, but like Cornette, like he went to the top of what he could do where Cornette was, and then that's when he went to ECW.
Right. New Jack actually follows me on Instagram. I don't know if you can see, but it's there.
What are you on his Patreon?
No,
Oh.
it's just on my Instagram.
I was just
follow
implying
each other on
that you had to
Instagram.
pay to get him to follow you.
Oh no,
Skinny agrees Lex Luger killed Elizabeth.
Is that the official rumor?
for sure.
Yes. Yeah. And he says they're all worried now Vince might call for a one night thing or for the Hall of Fame, so they won't say shit. That is true.
Wait, say what?
Yeah, you have to repeat that, please.
They are all worried now that Vince might call for a one night thing or for the Hall of Fame, so they won't say shit.
That's why
About
the other
Elizabeth?
people will not say that, oh, yeah, I know that
That's
he
why
killed
you
her
don't-
because I want to be in the Hall of Fame.
No, it's just you guys were talking about how there's, you don't really hear any stories anymore.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
why.
Is Luger in the
maybe,
Hall of
but
Fame?
like realistically, like the Hall of Fame only makes sense for like certain people in the sense that you don't get anything out of being in the Hall of Fame other
Yeah.
than like a nice dinner that day.
Yeah.
Like if you are still in the realm of being able to work, like whether it's in a manager capacity or special appearances or whatever, once you join the Hall of Fame, like you're under WWE's umbrella and like you can't do those independent things anymore.
Right.
Forever. That's why Honky Tonk Man won't do it. They've
Mhm.
asked him for 20 years to be in the Hall of Fame, and he says no every time because he doesn't want to lose his independent gigs.
Right. Yo, to be honest with you, I feel like the independent scene is like the hottest it's been in years right now. There's been since we got back from the gathering, there's been like 5 independent wrestling shows here in Connecticut. I haven't made it to one yet, but I'm going to. Northeast Wrestling. They got all kinds of fucking people there. So Luger's not in the Hall of Fame either, is he?
I don't think so. I don't actually know. I lost track of who's in it like 8 years ago, probably.
So I guess there's going to be an actual.
I'll tell you when I quit caring who was in the Hall of Fame. When they quit putting the Hall of Fame ceremony on the WrestleMania DVD.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's when I would watch it.
Why, you
And
got all
I
the
always
recipe?
yeah.
You got all the DVDs. That's cool.
I don't have all the DVDs by even close. I have the ones that I think are collectible. So I have all of the Royal Rumble, and I have all of the WrestleMania.
Cool.
Those are the only ones I collect from WWE. Oh, I buy the documentary ones too.
You got
So
that
like the rise
WWE
and fall
like,
of WCW, like the anything like that. Like I buy those.
did either of you guys get the WWE encyclopedia with like all the wrestlers and shit? They put Benoit
No.
on that. They
Oh, that's
released
cool.
it like 5 years ago. Yeah. But I was gonna say before we move on, there was a there's actually, I think next year or the year after, I'm not sure. There's going to be an actual physical Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Fame place to go to, I believe, in Florida.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
It would be cool.
I mean,
to,
it sucks that it's in Florida, but I like
Right.
that there's something you could go to.
Right, exactly. Go take pictures next to fucking a statue of Andre the Giant. I mean, think about it. All the stuff that they have in their warehouses and all the different sets and the Ric
I
Flair
definitely would
robes
like there to be a very realistic life-size statue of Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah, to include the junk bulge and all that.
Yeah.
Like he needs to hold up one of his hands so that like you could put your hand against it and see how small your hand is.
Right. The Basketball Hall of Fame is like an hour away from my house. And
That sounds boring.
Springfield, Massachusetts. Yeah, it is pretty boring.
Look, there's a picture of Michael Jordan and Larry Bird.
Yeah, right. Pretty much. Like the first basketball ever.
Yeah. Look, it's almost round.
Yeah, right.
All right, so we have officially arrived at the sudden death match. Diamond Dallas Page versus the one and only Macho Man Slim Jim Randy Savage.
New Jack's ghost follows you.
He followed me before he died, dickhead.
And Midian wants to know if you own the WWE encyclopedia.
Nope.
When did New Jack die, though?
Earlier this year, I believe.
Yeah, I honestly, I forgot that he died, and then he said that. I was like, holy shit, he did die. I couldn't remember when it was.
I know it was recently. Let's see.
Was his real name Jerome
Young.
something? Jerome Young.
Young, yeah.
May
I wish he
14th,
would have fucking
2021.
made.
Shit, you know what? It was in May. Because he died a week after my brother died, or a week before.
May 14th, 2021.
My brother died May 15th. Rest in peace, Joseph. Anyways. No, I don't have the encyclopedia. I want to get it though. I'll put it on my Amazon wish list and you could get it for me, Skinny. How about that?
Oh, that was Midian that
anyway.
asked you.
Oh, Midian.
Anyhow,
Whatever happened to that guy? Midian.
Midian? He's right here. Didn't you
Yeah.
see? Look, see? Right there.
No. I
He
mean,
hangs
like,
out with us all the time. You're telling me that isn't the real Midian?
What?
This whole time I thought it was the real one.
Maybe I'm just fucking.
Who else would go around publicly claiming to be Midian?
Yeah, right. Yo, maybe Midian's a juggalo. Wow. Mind blown.
If he was, I doubt he would be watching us.
I mean,
Saying.
if you're gonna pretend to be a celebrity, shouldn't you pretend to be a good person like Gigi Allen or somebody?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Midian would be watching Toxic Juggalo Network.
Did you guys subscribe to that channel?
Yeah, of course I did.
Blake owns it.
Yeah. You didn't know
so
that?
Scott Hall fucking won that match by cheating.
Well, that is true, but we also had already moved on to Diamond Dallas Page versus Randy Savage.
That's right.
Slim Jim himself.
Yeah, where was you at?
Oh, yeah. Snap into a Slim Jim.
Great match. I mean, they beat the shit out of each other.
All right, so this is the match where they fucking threw him into the tombstone, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so when he hit the first tombstone, it broke open. Obviously, it was styrofoam. And then he hit him with another fucking styrofoam tombstone, and like he sold it. And it's just like, Jesus Christ, this is why people make fun of wrestling.
Because it was styrofoam.
Yeah,
yeah, you could clearly tell. I mean,
it was obvious from a distance of like 50 feet that it was a styrofoam thing. Like, why are we pretending that this is a weapon? Like, God damn it! Like, that kind of shit pisses me off. Like, don't you take this seriously? Like,
right?
Yeah, I mean, they at least could have, they could have taken, a real granite one.
Like, you're getting rich off of pretending to fight people. Like, at least fucking pretend you're fighting him. Like, God damn it.
Right.
Like, I mean, at
Kyle,
that point, what?
Do you remember like a few months ago when it was the Inner Circle versus fucking the Pinnacle, and they had that cage match, and MJF threw Jericho off the top of the cage, and he like landed on this fucking cushion. Like, come on, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was supposed to be part of the stage. Yeah, and you could clearly tell that it was, bags underneath and.
Right.
What about the explosion match though?
That was stupid. I was there.
You was there for that.
Oh, you were there? That's awesome.
Yeah, that was so fucking. My 13-year-old could have put up a better pyrotechnic setup than that. I mean, it was just.
It was so hyped for that match too.
Yeah, I mean, because I've seen an exploding barbed wire death match before.
In person?
Not in person, but a real one. Couple
of Japan one.
New Japan, yeah.
Yeah.
And
all Japan.
I think it was all Japan. And it was great. I was like, okay, cool, Omega, Moxley, this is going to be a great fucking match. And it was a great match. I mean, the barbed wire was, very clearly, barbed wire, but when it come down to it, they missed the cue on the explosion, and then when the explosion happened, it was so like B-movie-ish.
Whelming.
Yeah. And I mean, you could smell the vegetable oil smoke in the air. It was.
Oh, wow.
It was stupid. It was very poorly done. And then they explained it off by saying that the original guy that was going to do all the pyrotechnics backed out at the last moment, and they had to get somebody else who obviously wasn't up to the job.
Dude, they paid $80,000 for that fucking shit.
Yeah.
And then Tony Khan didn't end up paying him. Like, yo, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because the original guy backed out.
Right. And I also heard that they were offering refunds. Sorry, Spooky.
Go ahead.
I was just saying I heard that they offered refunds after the exploding barbed wire death match because people were like pissed.
Pretty much, yeah.
I remember that. Yo, these guys are beating the fuck out of each other, man. Macho Man and Diamond Dallas Page. Yo, Dallas Page.
Were you like back in the day? Were you a mark for Dallas Page?
I like DDP.
Yeah,
I liked his heel character. I dug it. Everything that he did.
He just reminds me of like a regular motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he really does. And at that time, Macho Man was so geeked up on coke that it's surprising that he was able to do any match.
Right.
I mean, look at that. This was the promo right before his match. He is fucking gacked to the gills.
Right. Look at his neck pussy. See it?
Oh, holy shit. Here's a fucking coward in the chat.
Of course, we're talking about men in their underwear. I can't believe you're not on the panel, Fat
Yeah,
Jesus.
come on by.
Yeah. Oh, he won't do it.
Man, I'll tell you a match that I always wanted to see on person, especially back in the day watching them on the pay-per-views, was the Buried Alive matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted to know, what is it like to be there when they can't just cut the camera away? Like,
Right.
what does it look like? What do you see? Like, what behind the scenes shit do you see? Like, how much dedication is there to the bit? Like, do they like literally just wait in the box for 2 hours while the building empties?
Right.
Oh,
there's the styrofoam spot.
Oh yeah,
bridge.
dude. Like, how
That's
far
horrible.
away could you tell that styrofoam? A long way.
Yeah, right. Like,
I
dude,
mean,
they
like,
could've
and you're
at
gonna
least-
put a high def camera on it? Like, yeah, let's make sure this looks like shit.
They could have at least made them out of like plaster of Paris or some shit like that. Like, it would have been hard, you know what I mean? But it
Well,
would've been, like,
I have
all
no
the
problem with them
custom
making. I have no problem with them making styrofoam tombstones. I do have a problem with people pretending it's a weapon.
Right.
I mean, I don't even have a problem with the first gimmick of him like whipping him into the big one. Like that. That's fine. Like, it's an object. You throw somebody into it. Like, I have a problem with them hitting each other with them.
Mm-hmm.
It makes everything we're doing here look stupid. And it makes me feel dumb for being a fan of it.
Well, I mean, when it first came out, fucking, you were what? You're what, 10 years older than I am?
97?
Yeah.
97, I was 14.
14? Yep. See?
Yep.
So, I mean,
Same age I found ICP.
right.
Anyway, what's your final conclusion on the quality of this match there, Kyle?
The scientist or Luck?
You. Luck.
Yep.
Kyle Luck.
Kyle Luck. Yo, as far as I can see, these guys are beating the fuck out of each other. I think that this is a good feud right here. And my most memorable moment of DDP was unfortunately not in WCW. It was when he came to WWF or WWE at the time, and was stalking the Undertaker's wife. But
Yeah, Skinny said that earlier.
what about when you stalked it? Yeah, that was fucking dope.
Man, who's surprised that Skinny is a fan of stalking?
Nobody, I don't think.
Not I.
I mean, we know our fans.
Yep.
I can't say fans, watchers.
Well, I mean, like, the people that hang out with us on YouTube. That's what I think of. That's how I think of everybody who's in the comments. Like, I don't think of anybody as fans. I just think it was like, this is somebody else that hangs out with us on YouTube.
Yeah, right.
R.I.P. Studio 17.
Hey, we're bringing it down. This is going to be the only show left, says Nick.
It's all right. We're doing.
This is it.
It's just Chokeslam. That's all that's going to be on Studio 17. You guys quit doing UFCD.
Doing the same thing.
Blake quit hosting the live streams.
WWF.
Big Will got fired.
I mean, I've been trying to get him fired for over a year, and it hasn't worked.
I fired him.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
He still owes me $10.
Dude, it's like $30 now.
He's not going to pay, dude. I don't even care.
No, I know. I just like fucking with him.
He's a welcher.
Siznak, why don't you come on here and fucking talk shit about this wrestling show with us, man?
He's not allowed to come on Studio 17 show.
Oh. Yeah, KJ said.
KJ said he's not allowed.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't realize how far KJ's reach goes, but it's far.
All he has to do is reach out, and I guess you could be touched, huh?
Skinny said
Yep.
that he heard Blue was buying Studio 17. You probably right.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
We weren't going to talk about it publicly until the sale was final, but it's going to cost a lot more than $75, though.
Yeah, 80.
So it looks like Paige
1,000.
fucking came into this match with an injured rib.
Yes.
I wonder if that was a legitimate injury.
No,
Back
I mean,
then, those guys just, even if they had injuries, they wrestled through them, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like what you're referring to is when people would just not even acknowledge that they had an injury and wrestle through it. But like sometimes those, I'm basing this answer upon answers that I have listened to many times on shoot interviews. So
Yeah.
like the basic rule of thumb is like it's at least a 50% chance the injury is a gimmick. And like the other 50% is that like he had that injury. It's like, you know, like, so we just fucking add that into the story to make it more real.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Make it more believable.
Dude, all right, so since we're talking about injuries being fake, the worst thing I've ever seen in the history of my watching wrestling happened not that long ago on a WWE pay-per-view where they pretended to poke Rey Mysterio's eye on the steel steps until he was blind. And it made me really sad.
Yeah,
Not because I like Rey Mysterio, but because of how dumb they must think the audience is.
Yeah, that was a match between Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio. And Black still sells the missing eye in AEW. He wears like one of those like contacts. But I mean, that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? That he still sells it. But because didn't he lose that match?
Rey Mysterio got poked in the eye with the steel steps. That's the match I saw. I don't know what other matches were involved.
Ray got poked? I thought it was fucking
It's Rey Mysterio Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, Bailey getting hurt.
And then somebody from the inner circle. What happened to Bailey?
She got hurt in training. She was out for 9 months, but
Oh.
she actually got pregnant.
Right. Oh,
Hey,
dude, Bailey's so fucking ugly. She has a nice ass, though. Greetings.
Roman Reigns never had cancer.
Maybe not. Leukemia.
Oh, Blue is trading Brooklyn an ounce of spice for it. But
nice.
Shit.
And Brooklyn doesn't do that shit, so I know he'll give it to us.
The original offer was $15 and 2 smokes.
How'd you know?
Half pound of bath salts.
That's a full pound. Well, are we done with the?
No, because
they
never said who fucking won. I mean, kind of production is this? Randy Savage did.
Oh yeah.
Jamie Nicole always reminded me of Bailey.
Yeah, but right before he wins, fucking Diamond Dallas Page hit the fucking diamond cutter and took out Nick. Was that Nick Patrick, the referee? Took out the ref, and now there's a 10 count. But yeah, Savage won.
Yep. I just said that. Thanks, Captain. Repeat. Next match.
I can hear you over my loud thinking.
I wanted to play like a Chris Farley sound effect where he's like, "You son of a bitch."
Anyhow.
Cage match time, boys.
Yeah. Yep, cage match. There was a lot of shit leading up to this cage match too.
Yeah.
Hogan, Bischoff came out, said that they weren't going to do it unless they had it in writing, that nobody would interfere, that Sting wouldn't come down out of the rafters.
I mean, wasn't it mostly about Sting?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Oh, dude,
This
like
is
we never
Nap's
even
favorite
talked about
wrestler.
Sting this entire fucking time.
He wasn't
I
even
guess
on this
now's the
pay-per-view,
time.
was he?
Well, you remember the like Sting appearances though, like the multiple Stings, and
Yeah. Right.
I feel like we did a disservice to our listener by not talking about the Stings.
Our listener, I like that. That's about
Not
right.
too late.
I saw the view count.
Why has it gone down drastically?
Yeah, but who cares?
Oh, only after you came on.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Anyway,
guys.
Stings, multiple Stings.
Multiple Stings.
As the person who
Still
just
the
watched
same
this,
amount of viewers as when I first got here. Shut the fuck up. It says 12.
all right. So, Kyle, like who's been watching this live as we talk, you have the freshest memory of it. Tell us about the Stings with an S.
The Stings with an S. I've just
Sting,
been
as in multiple Stings.
fast forwarding through this shit.
God damn it.
Well, there's been multiple Stings in the crowd.
Oh. Yeah, there has been.
Now that fucking refreshes your memory of something you just watched.
Yeah.
18 minutes ago.
Yeah, so there's multiple Stings. I don't know how many. I know I probably
37.
yeah. Also during this whole time, Raven and his flock was sitting,
Are they fresh from ECW right there?
Yes. For the most part, I mean they maybe a year.
Kidman, Stevie Richards.
Yep, Kidman, Stevie Richards.
Yeah.
I don't think Saturn was with them yet at that point in time. I didn't really get a peek at them when they were. I think Saturn comes up. Yep. But they came out during the first match and just sat there the whole time.
Right. See, this is my favorite kind of cage, man. Like you could actually see through the cage. You could see fucking what's happening from the crowd. But super dangerous.
Yeah.
I guess that's the point,
I mean, yeah.
Like I don't like how the modern rings fit perfectly flush to the ring. I like a little bit of room outside of them.
Well, and also, I mean, the last cage match I just watched in AEW, that cage was flimsy as fuck.
Is that the Inner Circle versus Pinnacle match?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it fit up, tight to the ring and everything, but to see how much it moved when they were climbing it, the old shit never did that.
Right. Yeah, I miss those solid steel fucking cages, man. Like the big blue cage.
Yep.
That was the shit. Looks like it's just made out of rebar.
There's so many wrestling stories about how everybody hated the fucking blue cage because like people would take fucking like brutal bumps against it and it didn't look like shit on camera, but it hurt like hell.
Yeah,
I bet.
So like my only complaint about the fucking cage on this match on our tonight's pay-per-view is there's fucking giant ass holes in it. Like the fucking spaces between each run was fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't know, like it just compared to everything else, like it just looks so out of place.
But I mean, think of the chain link fence fucking dude. That was fucking horrible. The fucking Punjabi prison match, that was horrible. But these, like, at least you could see because, like Nowadays it's like a chain link fucking fence, you know, and like
Yeah, I don't like the chain link either.
And then WWE
I like the
uses
like Attitude Era black cage.
Yeah, I don't like the red fucking cage that they've been using like for Hell in a Cell or whatever. That's bullshit. Dude, Roddy Piper's fucking really intense in this match, man. He's mauling Hogan.
This fucking stupid ass cage.
That was horrible. And I was excited for that match too, to be honest. Like, you know what I mean? New gimmick match. Never seen fucking. I believe
I just want to jump the gun on this fucking topic so bad. I'm trying to keep my mouth closed.
Which topic?
They're the fucking off the fucking top of the cage.
Yeah.
Dude, that fucker was high. That was really high, dude. Like, why is this not talked about more? Like, everybody fucking talks about, oh, Jimmy the Superfly Snuka fucking off of the 12-foot cage. This one was fucking high, dude.
The Punjabi one?
The Roddy Piper Hulk Hogan match.
Yeah, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
20 feet. Something like that. 15, 18 feet.
It looked fucking giant. Dude, like, my brain's so used to what I've been seeing, like, the last, like, 20 years of wrestling, dude. The off the top of the cages. It looks so high.
Oh, shit, there's Sting. Or is it? He came out pointing the bat at fucking Hogan. Get the fuck back in the cage, bitch. But I don't think that was Sting.
Who was it?
An imposter. Yeah, that's not Sting. Don't look like him. He's too fat to be Sting.
I never liked Hogan doing the begging thing.
No.
It seemed like such a pathetic, like, Flair ripoff.
Bitch. Right.
Like, Flair invented that. You're just gonna do it that poorly. Like, come on.
Right.
I mean, I don't think Flair did not actually invent that, but I don't know who did. But like in my, lifespan of watching wrestling, like to me, who invented that? Flair. I'm sure he learned it from 12 other people, but like he's the guy who did it the best.
Like, yo, Hogan's only 5 squares from the ground tall. And there's like 10 more. You know what I mean? That's a big fucking cage, man.
Dude, look at that fucking space in between each square. Look how fucking huge they are. That's like a 2-foot square. You could fit an entire person through it.
Yeah.
If they had a cage like this nowadays, you could do all kinds of cool Kofi Kingston gimmicks with it.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
Right. You remember how Rey Mysterio got thrown like a dart into the truck?
Oh yeah, outside at the NWO thing.
Yeah, you could get thrown right through them squares.
Dude, like that fucking highlight of him getting darted into the building is on like all of the Attitude Era like edit intros.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen him like darted into the side of that building at least 1,000 times.
Yeah. You got Piper and Hogan headed to the top of the cage right now. Multiple Stings outside of the ring. Somebody's gonna die.
Dude, I can't wait to hear your live reaction to the leap. Fucking incredible. It's like the only thing that I watched live that compares to that leap is like the Shane McMahon shit.
Well, right. I purposely didn't watch the ending of this pay-per-view so I could watch it live.
I appreciate you coming prepared.
Yeah, I told you I'd be here.
Well, that purposely sounds stupid.
Oh, Hogan's busted open.
Oh, of course.
And that's the thing about those cages, dude. Like, there's no give.
No.
You know what I mean? Like that. He took off his belt. He's whipping Piper in the face.
With that weightlifting belt?
Yeah. I like seeing Hogan busted open, man. He's one of those guys that's a good bleeder, and then he gets the blood all in his hair, like like Flair.
Yeah,
You know,
he does look good with blood in his hair. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true, Skinny.
Dude, Hogan just popped this dude over the top of the head with that fucking belt, man.
Skinny said that was like the first time the cameras went to the back and the outsiders were beating up everyone with bats. It was a big deal back then. It was,
right.
It was such a big deal.
Poor Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, like to WCW's credit, they did do like a lot of like shit that blew people's minds.
Yeah, a lot of innovative shit. Because I mean, at that time, like at this time, and even like maybe a year or so before 1997, like dude, WWE was still like or WWF was still in like a dark age. You know what I mean? Where it was like all like cartoon characters and fucking, oh, is this it?
it should be.
Hogan's all the way at the fucking top.
Yeah.
It looks like he's trying to climb out.
I mean, aren't you supposed to? Isn't that how you win a cage match?
Yeah. But there's a fake Sting pushing him up with the bat. Go on and get. Oh my God. All right. They're saying 25 feet, 30 feet in the air.
I don't care what they say. What they say is always a lie, but like, dude, just look at it. Look at this picture on the screen right now. Look how fucking high that is.
Yeah, here you go. Look at that. That's got to be
It's
at
so
least
high.
2 foot. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think those are 2 foot squares. Like they're fucking humongous.
Right. And Hogan's only as tall as 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
But I mean, if our logic is correct on the math, that means Hogan's 8 feet tall.
Oh, all right.
So obviously, either like he's not actually 4, or we're wrong about the size of the square. But
Right. I mean, look at that camera guy right there. You see that fucking camera guy?
right there or there.
Look, either one of them. I mean, those are 2 regular sized dudes.
And there's 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And that's where his head's at. So I'd be 6 foot
Right.
at the top of this.
So maybe Hogan's like a little bit bigger than that guy.
Hogan's 6'8".
do you think Hogan started to shrink?
Yeah. That's what we were talking
Like I've heard him say in an interview that like his back is compressed and he's only like 6'4" or something like that now.
I know when I met him a few years ago, he was still tall as fuck. So
All right, so this
like
is an
6'7"?
idea that we've said somewhere at one time, but I don't remember where it was. But I still want to do a show about all the lies that Hogan has told
oh yeah.
about his career.
Hogan lies best.
Yeah. All right, that's the name of it. So whenever we do that episode, Hogan Lies Best, it will be the name.
We could always do the how many different ways Roman Reigns sucks.
Fuck Roman Reigns. I don't understand how anybody could be sucking fucking Roman Reigns fucking dick right now, bro. Everybody hated this guy for like 5 years. Now all of a sudden, fucking he's your king. Fuck out of here.
I mean, only
That
ginger
leg drop.
leprechauns like him.
Yeah, right. That leg drop right there did look like it fucking.
Oh, Skinny said that Jim Cornette did a review on that, and some website did an article on it. I'm assuming the Hogan.
Oh, here comes Macho Man. What's this about? He's climbing up the cage.
Of course he is.
Does he want in? Macho Man's jumping off the fucking cage, you're saying?
Steel City beat Roman Reigns in a knife fight. I believe that.
Yeah, I believe it if he beat him in a fist fight.
He also said that this show has nothing to do with Halloween. Man,
That is also true.
nothing. That dude is so sharp, nothing gets by him.
And it even happened on the 26th or something like that, not the 31st.
Yep. Yeah,
Like they couldn't do math and figure out when Halloween was.
I would have done it, but I was doing more important things, like living life and shit.
What's that like?
It's boring.
What?
I always heard it was cool.
That's overrated.
Piper beat fucking Hogan. I was not expecting that.
I
I can't believe we didn't even get a reaction from you off that fucking off the cage leap.
Because, dude, you know what? It was
Obviously
nice
it didn't land well, but like, dude, that's fucking high.
Yeah, right.
Call me.
Like, how is this not talked about instead of the fucking Jimmy Superfly shit?
Right. Dude, didn't Snuka murder like his wife or some shit, or his girlfriend?
Yeah, he definitely did.
He's still in the Hall of Fame. What about my boy Benoit?
Nope.
Oh, now they're just fucking victimizing fucking Piper here.
Yeah, I just realized, like, I haven't really been paying attention to the screen all that well, but I just realized that your background reminds me of Cyrex's old bedroom.
My background?
Yeah, I apologize for saying that on the stream.
It's okay. Yeah, it's just a dartboard, my dogs, fucking shit.
Yeah, I agree. It would be better if we showed the wrestling he's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't do that though.
No, not at all.
Looks Hogan got a fucking Sting mask on. Oh, is that the real Sting? Who the fuck is that? Somebody came out from the crowd, fucking climbed over the fucking shit. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? Is that a fan? I don't punch holes in my walls, you fucking doof.
I don't know. Is it a fan?
Above my head? Oh.
Oh, my.
Shut the fuck up.
See,
I think it is a fan, bro.
That's why this fucking channel's dying. You don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, dude, it is a fucking fan. It is a fan. They're beating up a fan.
Like a stationary rotating fan? Or?
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck that is. Anyway, hope that guy dies in the middle of the ring. Terror Reels. Who the fuck is Terror Reels? Fucking faggots.
And if you didn't already know, there's a brand new episode on the Terror Reels channel for your viewing pleasure today.
Yeah, I saw it. Was it the one with Blake or?
I think it's the one it's going right now.
Yeah, I saw it. It premiered during this stream.
Of course it did.
Oh.
Kyle sitting over here pretending like he saw it and shit.
Oh, well, I didn't know. I thought it was just a one-time thing that he did with Blake last week. Or
Let up your ass. Man, so what we traditionally do here is announce the next episode of the show so that if you would like to watch it beforehand, so you have your comments ready, we announce that. But this is the first episode where we have not discussed before the episode started what next week's episode will be. So it's a live decision.
The live decision, huh? That's a lot of pressure. So I don't know. Anybody else got any ideas in the chat for what we should fail at doing next week?
I'll make sure I'm here to make it extra interesting.
Well, you got any ideas?
Ooh, I like what Skinny says. Next week,
Okay.
discuss the Angel Fire dirt sheets.
What up, Danita?
I'm down.
I'm definitely down for that.
All right, so Skinny G or Skinny Tuesday, you win. Next week's episode will be Angel Fire dirt sheets or just dirt sheets. Or does it need to be the Angel Fire ones, or can it just
Yes,
be?
it has to be the Angel Fire ones.
Okay. All right. So next week, Angel Fire.
And there's a lot.
Angel Fire dirt sheets. What is
Oh,
that?
Angel Fire is a website. Dirt sheets are like insider info that was like passed among marks.
No, I know
Best.
I know what the dirt sheets are, but I don't think I've ever heard of Angel Fire.
Well, then you didn't have an internet connection back when Google 95 was existing.
Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I know anything about that.
Well, this is what happens when you're not old enough.
Guess so. Well, Skinny, you should come on and fucking talk about that next week.
I bet
Yeah.
Skinny Tuesday will be here, but I don't think he's going to join the panel.
Word. Oh God, there's Bill Goldberg. 98
You
came
just
up
get a boner?
automatically. Dude, fuck Goldberg.
That's what
The
it
way
sounds
that he
like.
said that, I got to go back and clip that after this is over. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
God, there's Bill Goldberg. Sounded like a girl, like, talking about her
No, I was
crush from
trying to
across
say
the room.
like, no.
Yeah.
This is one hell of a show. Great. Hell yeah. What up, Scotty?
You understand that's sarcasm, right?
Yes. Is he being
Facetious.
Yeah,
Facetious.
yeah, for sure.
Like the multiple accounts you get of Lita getting peed on. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel
Same.
like we covered the entire pay-per-view, not with the best of detail or attention, but I feel
Yeah.
like we covered it all.
Yeah, I feel like we covered it to the best of our ability, which ain't saying much.
One day we're going to show up prepared for this shit, and like you're going to be blown away.
That's all right. One day.
Not anytime soon, but one day.
It's getting to be winter time. I'll have a lot more time on my hands.
Yep.
But
And
with
it
that
is
being
November.
said, next week, Angel Fire Dirt Sheets. Everybody tune in, join the fucking panel instead of talking.
I wish you had a little clip like, oh, hell yeah, or give me a hell yeah, or something like that to play when he said, like, next week, Angel Fire Dirt Sheets. Hell yeah. You know, you got to imagine Stone Cold in the crowd, like, singing together.
Well, we could get that clip, and maybe next week or whatever, we could get like a bunch of different, wrestling sayings or whatever. Oh, give me a hell yeah, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, hopefully it sounds a lot better than what you just did.
Yeah, right.
Either way,
For sure.
Either
thanks
way.
for tuning in.
See you
Whoop, whoop.
next. Whoop whoop.